You find an amazing synopsis, a smart female lead, political intrigue, revenge, romance, and this happens. The male lead is toxic, the villain is misunderstood, and every man in the kingdom falls in love with the protagonist. I mean, at this point, some manhwa tropes aren't cliches anymore and they're just warning signs. And these five tropes are literally overused. Everyone is secretly in love with the female lead. The female lead walks into the room, the crown prince loves her, the duke loves her, the knight commander loves her, the assassin loves her, the villain loves her, like everyone loves her. Like, can we please have characters whose entire personality isn't like, I like the protagonist? I mean, like, there are other things those specific characters can do and you can make the story more intriguing. But no, we have these characters, their sole existence is just loving the female lead, which just does not make any sense. I mean, how is that even possible? How can you, all of you, even fall in love with this one person, the female lead? Then we have everyone's fan favorite trope, the Cold Duke of the North. And I know maybe I'll get cancelled for this, but at this point, I just feel like every other story is based on the Cold Duke of the North. I mean, the male lead is either the Cold Duke of the North or the Crown Prince. I mean, the black hair, red eyes, emotionally unavailable, rich enough to buy an entire kingdom, traumatized childhood, can defeat 500 soldiers alone, and somehow is only interested in one random noble girl. Or at this point, the Cold Duke of the North is less of a character and more of an industry standard. At least they can do is the least that they do not give the duke the black hair or the red eyes. I mean, it's just too much at this point. Another trope we have is that redemption through retcon. I mean, like, excuse me, why are we even justifying each and every action of the protagonist? And this is so common in the stories that sometimes you do not even realize it because the authors are playing with your psychology and your mind. So you think that the protagonist is the right one all along. So the protagonist does something horrible, but don't worry, the story reveals the victim was actually evil all along. I mean, instead of letting characters make mistakes and grow, the narrative rewrites history to make them look justified. I mean, that's not redemption, that's just damage control. Like, what sort of a story are you even forming? Can we please stop that and make the story a bit moral? The protagonist is not always justified by the acts of the villain. Another overused manhwa trope is the evil white lotus sister. I mean, everyone believes her. Like, she spends 150 chapters plotting against the protagonist and somehow nobody noticed. Like, yeah, that's just so normal. The fake innocent sister trope was interesting the first few times, but now it feels like every noble family forgot how basic observation works. I mean, guys, like, just you have a brain, right? Times they are just blind. Like, excuse me, how does that even works? It's just manhwa logic at this point. Then we have miscommunication that lasts 100 chapters, and this is very common in manhwas, especially rough and historical manhwas, that two characters love each other, one overhears a half sentence and they never talk about it, and then the war starts and blah blah blah. I mean, like, wait, what did you actually mean? You can solve this misunderstanding or miscommunication and just by saying a sentence or maybe a few words, and it is possible because sometimes, I mean, I'll say majority of the times, the situations are stretched on and there is basically nothing behind it. You can just basically solve it with like a few words. Just say it, just communicate with each other. But then again, why do we need communication? Because we need to stretch on the drama, and to be honest, I understand that you need drama to continue your story, but stretching miscommunication for chapters and chapters and chapters is just, nowadays whenever I'm reading a manhwa or a webtoon, it just feels like that everything is about the views and the trends and not actually about the story. And I really think that the manhwa authors need to stop this and work on more creative stories. And I know that everyone works really hard in creating these stories, but it's just an analysis and I'm not bringing down or degrading any work. And I just think, and I really appreciate each and every artist and the author, but I think we really need to work on the stories.